chair of the board of the Jewish Foundation of Manitoba. I want to thank you all for taking the time out of your day to join us this afternoon. The Jewish Foundation of Manitoba turns 60 this year, and what an incredible journey it has been to get here. Before we move on, we should fully understand just how long ago 1964 was. I think it would be safe to say that as we sit here in 2024, our community, the city, and the world look vastly different. At that time, just under 500,000 people lived in our provincial capital. Now there are 850,000. Lester B. Pearson had just been elected Prime Minister. A gallon of gas cost a quarter. And the Beatles had recently landed in Winnipeg. If you were walking downtown, you'd see the same City Hall that you see today, although instead of seeing it as a staple of our downtown architecture, you'd likely see its ribbon-cutting ceremony because it opened in 1964. Some things are similar. For instance, I'm sure you'll be glad to know that our winters were just as cold in those days. In 1964, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers had won 4 of the last 6 Grey Cups, just as now they're on a run that has seen 2 wins in the last 4 years. An excellent similarity for sports fans. Suffice it to say, plenty was going on in Manitoba during the 1960s. While all this was happening, though, 3 men were formulating a vision for their beloved Manitoban Jewish community. Sam Wirier, Abe Wirier, and Joseph Halprin united community leaders to endorse their vision of a community endowment. This endowment was designed to keep the contributed capital untouched and solely dedicated to investments. With their remarkable foresight, Halprin and the Wirier brothers set the framework of the foundation in motion, donating a 294-acre parcel of land near Middle Church, north of Winnipeg. Anticipating the land would eventually be sold, a day that would arrive in 2018 when the land was sold for $905,000 in net proceeds, they ensured that those proceeds would go into the Halprin-Wirier Founders Fund. Speaking of their vision, I'd like to mention that today we're joined by one of our 3 original leaders' direct descendants. Carrie Halprin, who's Joseph's granddaughter. I think we can be certain that he would be delighted you are here, and the family bond with the JFM lives on. The fund's earned income is dedicated to charitable and educational pursuits, and since the sale of the land, it distributes over $45,000 each year. The sale marked the start of perpetual revenue generation from their initial gift. Their contribution proved to be transformative, laying a solid foundation and serving as an inspiration to many. As we shift our focus, therefore, from the JFM's inception and to where we are today, I'd like to pass the podium on to our CEO, John Diamond.
Thank you, Bonnie, and thank you all for being here today. I am more than excited to be here in front of you, honoring and acknowledging the 60th anniversary of the Jewish Foundation of Manitoba. As we reflect upon our founders' contributions, we can't help but wonder how they would feel about the incredible strides we've made since then. Their foresight and dedication have shaped the JFM into what it is today, and we are honored to carry on their legacy. In 1964, 119 donors made up the JFM, each making an initial pledge of at least $100. One of the things that stands out to me about the fact that our founders were able to get so many people to see their vision. Charitable giving, when it comes to endowment building, is a different concept than most people are used to when creating philanthropic goals. It takes a tremendous level of foresight and perhaps an even greater level of trust to contribute to a cause that will not show the fruits of its labor for years to come. As Bonnie mentioned from the outset, the contributed capital was to remain untouched. The gifts from those initial donors would be part of our community forever. Making contributions where the impact is not seen immediately takes patience and vision and is truly a noble act. The founders had a dream and a goal for the future of the foundation, but at that time, it was only a dream and a goal. I am so glad that now, 60 years later, we are living that future. We are the strong, thriving pillar for the community that they knew one day would come to pass. These are people just like yourselves who continue to give back. Your decision has an immense impact in our community, city, province, and country, and is genuinely something to be proud of. We are who we are because of our donors, our volunteers, and our community. It cannot be overstated how much of a community and group achievement 60 years is for any organization, not just ours. Our donors and our volunteers are the lifeblood of who we are. It comes as no surprise to me that I see so many familiar faces, past presidents, board members, community members, and representatives from schools, community organizations, all of whom form part of our history in some way. One of those familiar faces is right here in front of me, Mr. Gordon Poulin, a longtime supporter of the foundation since being elected to the board in 1979. Mr. Poulin has been on the board in some capacity, whether as a member, president, or governor, for 45 years. I'd like to share his endowment book of life story with you. It's a message that rings as true now as it did when he signed it in 1998. And I quote, "The best preparation for the future is the present well seen to and the last duty done." It was a Scottish novelist who made that statement almost 100 years ago. As I think about our situation in the Jewish community in the late summer of 1998, I realize what a phenomenal effort the generation preceding mine and my generation have invested in the future. The generation prior to mine had the goal of ensuring that the Jews of the diaspora would survive as a people. The concern of my generation is one of continuity. My thinking is that the next generation will have the same concern and goal as we have today. The past two generations have concentrated on building a foundation consisting of the organizations and facilities to meet the needs, not only of today, but also of tomorrow's. In effect, what has been provided are the tools. How they are used will depend upon those who will follow. Every generation has a concern that the next one will not have the same dedication and make the same efforts. But somehow, there are those who follow who are willing to pick up where those who have proceeded have left off and carry on doing what is necessary to meet the challenges and the needs of the day. And so, in this year, 1998, 5758, in the Jewish calendar, I record this message for whoever may look at it in the future. Could not have said it better myself. These are the same sentiments that mirror what guides the foundation to this day. Now, some of you may have heard that there's an announcement today. Well, I won't keep you waiting any longer. Today, JFM sits at over 4,500 funds, remembering we started at 119. Every contribution has played a pivotal role, and now, this year, the JFM will reach an unbelievable milestone of over $100 million in grants and distributions since our inception. Truly a remarkable number. The JFM stands today as a testament to our donors' care for our future. It seems so fitting for this milestone one whose credit belongs to our donors, to be reached in the same year as the foundation turns 60. In the months leading up to where we are now, we racked our brains on how best to celebrate. As we thought, we kept the spotlight on our community, people like yourselves who continue to give back. Your support highlights the community-focused mindset that so many of us share. Through the discussions, one goal became clear. We want to help the community while following our strategic plan, which was laid out in 2022. One of the tenets of that strategic plan is to engage with new demographics, widening the reach of the JFM and introducing a new wave of donors to already expansive donor base. Part of what has allowed the JFM to exist, more than to exist, to grow and thrive over our 60 years, has been the growth of our donor pool. As we mentioned at the start of the evening's program, 119 donors were that initial batch. That number continues to grow, and to do so, we must continue to engage with new audiences. With those guiding ideas in mind, we are thrilled to launch the $1 Million Match to celebrate our community's accomplishments. Just as our donors have shown a genuine commitment to our community, the JFM shares this commitment with an eye on our future. We hope this opportunity will initiate gifts, cultivate new donors, and garner more support than ever. Beginning April 1st, 2024, the Jewish Foundation of Manitoba will match all new gifts up to $18,000, dollar for dollar. In Jewish tradition, the number 18, or chai, signifies life and good luck. It symbolizes our strength and the impact we will have and will make and continue to make together. The program will last until the $1 million has been used. As we focus on engaging new audiences and helping to introduce young philanthropists to the concept of giving to a foundation, we are thrilled that both existing fund holders and new funds opened in 2024 will be eligible for the match while funds last. This is a terrific opportunity to establish or further cement lasting legacy for our community, or to get your foot in the door as a fund holder. The Foundation's 60th birthday is a tremendous milestone, and we hope that this program will be a terrific jumping-off point for the next 60 years. As well, for the organizations that have organizational endowment funds with us, this will be a great way to talk to all of your amazing supporters about the opportunity to increase their funds. We will be working with our Jewish organizations to discover ways for them to best take advantage of this opportunity. These organizations are the lifeblood of the Jewish community, and their endowment funds ensure a reliable source of annual income funding them. We also have many donors who contribute to the JFM through recurring gifts via monthly contributions. We are happy to announce that those contributions will also be matched. For all of our new and existing donors, monthly donations are a terrific way to reach your philanthropic goals and remain involved throughout the year at a comfortable and appropriate pace. In last year's annual report, we included a chat with one of our donors about why he chose to do monthly giving, and he said something that really stuck out with me. He says it's really easy to do nothing. He wanted to take away his ability not to give back. He explained that switching to monthly contributions keeps him engaged and maintains the momentum that he and his family have created philanthropically throughout the year. One more way that anyone can get involved through our tribute card program. All tribute card gifts will be matched while the funds still last. Just as the limit of the match sees $18,000 become $36,000, $18 becomes $36, $36 becomes $72, $180 becomes $360. This is a program for all donors, and every dollar counts. So much has happened over the past 60 years, and in celebration of the anniversary, we are introducing a limited run 60th anniversary tribute card. The new design of our long-standing tribute card program is inspired by the timeless look and branding of the JFM over the years. For all of us, our past is something we cherish, learn from, and keep near and dear to our hearts. Our family stories and community shape us as to who we are today, and their fond memories continue to live on. These cards serve as a token of remembrance for your significant life events and celebrations throughout the year, and their new look honors the events and celebrations we've had until now. As it turns out, this year is heavy with milestones for the JFM. In addition to our 60th anniversary, 2024 also marks the 30th year of the Women's Endowment Fund and the 20th year of JFM USA. In 1994, the Women's Endowment Fund was established as a way to introduce women to endowment fund giving. Easy for me to say. The founders showed themselves as leaders in philanthropy and set a meaningful example for so many more after them. The fund has become an excellent resource for organizations helping women and children across the province. Since its inception, the Women's Endowment Fund has been a catalyst for positive change, having distributed close to $1 million in grants to more than 100 different organizations. Each dollar has played a crucial role in fostering initiatives that uplift and empower the women of Manitoba. At the beginning of May, we will host a celebration at the Pavilion in the Assiniboine Park to honor the founders, builders, and donors of this unique fund. Slightly newer than the Women's Endowment Fund, and potentially less well known to many of you is JFM USA, celebrating its 20th year this year. In 2004, the foundation took steps to enable tax-deductible contributions from U.S. residents by establishing the Jewish Foundation of Manitoba, U.S., Inc. The organization was officially incorporated in the state of Illinois on January 20th, 2004, and has since been a terrific option for expats and American supporters of the Jewish Foundation of Manitoba. Looking to the future, we are proud of the resilience we have shown and the determination to move forward. The future is unknown. We were reminded of this during the COVID-19 pandemic, when no one knew what the next day would bring. Through it, we continue to provide grants and scholarships to our community, something we will continue to do going forward. Each year, our scholarship program helps students pursue their educational goals. We know they are the future leaders of our community, and we are proud to support them. Similarly, our hearts are warmed by the countless projects our community organizations have completed with the help of JFM granting. On top of the organizations themselves, seeing the publics they serve benefit from these projects is remarkable. The future of the community is bright. It is filled with people and organizations who share the same admiration for our Jewish community as us. The commitment our donors and volunteers show to us and to the community is inspiring in so many ways. We will remain leaders in the community. We will remain a source of strength for our community's members and organizations, and we will remain a steady force in maintaining our community for years to come. Our vision is clear, and our goals are ambitious. With strong leadership, ongoing support from our donors, and the unwavering commitment from our community, the JFM stands as the bedrock upon which we, as Jews and our friends, can build a brighter future. Thank you all for joining us here today. That concludes my remarks. But this would not be a Jewish occasion if we didn't have a nash following. So please help help us continue the celebration and the conversation out in the foyer with a little bit of catering from Chair Zedek and a little wine so we can continue the conversation. Thank you very much.